What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Sorry for the late episode tonight, guys, but I had to give you guys my thoughts on the EXO-6 Captain Pike from the Cage episode, because there's a little bit of spoileriness in here for potentially what could come from this line, and sounds like this could be the beginning of the original series lineup. So let's talk about that. Guys, stick around if you like the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show. Live long and prosper, of course, and let's get into it.
YouTube, the final frontier. These are the episodes of the Ben Thomas Show, my continuing mission to explore strange new Star Trek reviews, to seek out new Star Trek collectors and new badass collectibles, and to boldly go where no Trek collector has gone before.
Okay guys, welcome back. So I definitely wanted to give you my thinking on this Christopher Pike. I mean, I always liked the Cage episode, the Jeffrey Hunter version of Pike here. I mean, he would have made a great captain in my opinion, but even Spock was really the only other familiar character there with him in that first episode, and much of the characters changed when we finally got Kirk and kind of the OG proper, right? But if you like Star Trek history, I can understand why this would be appealing for you. I think it's the same reason that the Spock was appealing, especially since he had a bit of a different makeup look and different eyebrows slightly, even the hair was a little bit different, right? This Pike does need to come with that Spock, 100%. They need to be together. It makes sense. They both play critical roles of that first episode. I mean, obviously, when they get down to the Talosian planet and Pike gets kind of, you know, warped in his mind, like, it's a pretty cool episode overall, and I think it's cool that they've shown a Talosian here. Now, admittedly, they've blurred it out a little bit, so he kind of looks like a ballsack from the back, but hey, you know what? He kind of looked like a ballsack anyways, and you can see that in this photo here. So I think it's exciting that at least they're teasing the fact that a Talosian could come, because really, then it could be a really cool kind of trifecta display. So that, I think, is a huge win and a positive for EXO-6 and the trajectory. And talking about trajectory, Nanjin, the developers, kind of said today that, hey, this kind of marks officially the start of the original series. So of course, if you are fans of, you know, the original series looks, I can't believe we haven't got them yet. And of course, they haven't finished the Next Generation line, so I'm still waiting, you know, eagerly to see what Worf and Riker are going to look like. But hey, you know what? If they're going to start this feels like, again, almost like a complete little trifecta of display, like I said. So I am happy there. Now, let's talk about the figure here. Because to be honest with you, when I see it next to a photo of the actor, I definitely don't see it in the proportions of the body. The body here looks way too slender. You know, Pike was a little bit puffy and kind of muscular, like, under the outfit, and this body does not give him any justice there at all. I also was a little critical of the coloration of this final look, because even though it's a prototype and they do have some time to change it, it seems like, again, for better or for worse, usually what they show us is kind of what we get. So if you like the color, that's fair, and I do like that greenish yellow look to it. You can even see in this one photo here that it does actually look kind of the same, and then other photos it looks a little darker. So it likely depends on the way it was filmed, the way it was aired on television at the time. Keep in mind, it started out as black and white and added color after the fact, so that could be a factor there as well, just in terms of Star Trek history, which is really, really cool. So I'm okay with the color, but it is a little on the green side, and again, the slenderness of the body distracted me from that a little bit. In terms of the head sculpt, I know that it's supposed to be Captain Pike, and I understand that he's a critical character. I think the Spock turned out better, if I'm being fully honest, and I think a lot of the other EXO-6 figures have turned out better. This gives me an air of Barbie and Ken. I hate those words in the collecting sphere, because, you know, how often are we called doll collectors and you're like, hey, you know what, they are premium collectibles. But sometimes they do have more of a doll look to them, and this definitely kind of does. The hair looks really plasticky, the face looks really plasticky. Up close, you can definitely see some paint applications there, and again, I think that the likeness is probably a 7. Again, I know who it's supposed to be, especially based on the outfit, but if you stripped the outfit off this dude and just put him in civilian clothing, would you be able to tell? I don't know, guys. I don't know. So let me know what you guys think there. This is coming in at $210 plus the $25 flat ship rate if you're looking at going right through EXO-6's website. Typically, for me in Canada, I get mine from Sideshow, but man, do they take forever, and honestly, this one's not coming home for me. I didn't go for the Cage version of Spock, so it doesn't make sense for me to get this one. The pre-order end date, though, is June 30th of 2025, so if you guys do want to lock this one in, obviously get your order in as soon as you can, I would say. It does say Q4 of 2025 is the estimated delivery, so to me, this is why I say I think this is pretty much what you see is what you're going to get. For the accessories here, I also do like them. I do like that old school communicator, and it does flip open. I think that looks great. The jacket portion does look a little bit baggy, but you know what? I'll give them a little slack there. It was a little baggy in the show as well. Again, I think just the body proportions are a tad off. I don't like the harness. I understand its function, and I understand why it's there, but it does look a little cheap to me. Now, I think it would be hard to get it looking nice. All good. Honestly, if I were to get this figure, I don't think I'd pose him with that anyways. And of course, his laser pistol, which is pretty cool. So overall, again, I'm kind of lukewarm on this one, guys. I am happy that collectors are getting the chance to fill out this original Cage episode for the original series. But if that wasn't your jam, you probably skipped the Spock, and you're probably going to skip this one. And I would be curious to see what the Talosian looks like, because I think this looks worse than Spock, which means even though they should be paired together, I think one would look inferior. But they've done aliens pretty well, so I could see them like crushing the heck out of a sweet looking Talosian. But guys, let me know what your comments are down below. If you liked the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show. Live long and prosper, of course. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Wow, what a great audience. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Because subscribing makes it feel good.
Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
It's gone. It's all gone.